So the idea that it is a solution to have a homemade legal approach that you think you're going to take the Prime Minister out, you don't think the Liberals would have done that to Stephen Harper if that was a real thing? If it's a real thing just to file some homemade legal action on your own without a lawyer, if that was a real thing, you don't think that would have been done by the other side to Harper? You really think you're going to take Justin Trudeau out? And then what? You think Andrew Scheer's going to be the Prime Minister? As to your other questions about Conservatives using a legal method to dethrone Trudeau, don't look for tricks. Don't look for easy shortcuts. They don't exist. If someone is saying, hey, there's a legal silver bullet to take out Trudeau, it's probably not true. Would that it were so. It's wishful thinking. And maybe if things are dark, we reach out for any hope. We grasp at straws. But don't think that Justin Trudeau can be taken out with some deus ex machina, some miracle. It can't be. And the problems that gave us Justin Trudeau are pervasive, and they remain. What about our left-wing pop culture, our ideological schools, our media monolith that's on the take, our judiciary? There are so many aspects of why the world is the way it is. First of all, you're not going to take Trudeau out with some trick. And second of all, he's a problem, but he's actually a manifestation of a much larger problem. The problem took us decades to get into. It will not be solved with a snap of a finger. It'll take decades to fix. So don't buy someone saying, oh, we just have this one trick to fix it. That's what I think about Q-Anon. I know people who follow the Q-Anon theory, and I like a lot of those people, but I see what's happening to them. They're so desperate for some miraculous, almost supernatural solution that they're willing to believe in wisps and vapors. I'm not mad at those people. I don't hate those people. I just think, look what you're doing to yourself. You're so desperate for a solution. You're believing in figments. How about come back with the rest of us and just work hard to fix it? Join a political institution, join a political party, run for office, start a website, call in to a radio talk show, just talk to people. Like, it's a lot more hard work to work to fix it. Baby steps, small increments, hoping for some cryptic miracle is a kind of placebo and maybe even a self-deception. Sorry. You know, out of the corner of my eye, I see a new super chat. Unjust on Trudeau, $2. Ezra, what are you doing to avoid burnout? I don't know. I'm actually going to take a couple days next week. I think as long as things go well, I don't feel burnt out. I mean, I only have so much bandwidth. But you know what, I saw that, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a comment that's not a super chat, but it's caught my eye. And I'm going to read a non-super chat comment. It's by Jakey the Jackal, and it's in response to my comment about QAnon and the idea of a long shot private prosecution of Trudeau. I don't believe those are real solutions. I think those are placebos and a form of self-deception. And Jakey the Jackal says, Ezra complains about Trudeau, but if solutions are discussed, he despair porns and sows doubt, like Grima Wormtongue Boo. I think that's a reference to a fictitious character in Lord of the Rings or something. And I would answer that in two ways. A legal solution to remove a prime minister is not a real solution. I mean, if he commits a horrific crime, yes. There are people trying to get criminal investigations of his SNC-Lavalin matter, the We charity matter. The laws are weak in that regard, and the RCMP commissioner is a poodle to Trudeau. But we do not live in a society. We live in a liberal democracy, constitutional monarchy, checks and balances. We do not live in a society where you remove prime ministers in handcuffs because they're politically odious. You vote them out. You challenge their laws in court and have them declared unconstitutional. You use the Senate to slow things down. Well, he controls the Senate. You campaign. You engage in public discourse. So the idea that it is a solution to have a homemade legal approach that you think you're going to take the prime minister out. You don't think the Liberals would have done that to Stephen Harper if that was a real thing? If it's a real thing just to file some homemade legal action on your own without a lawyer, if that was a real thing, you don't think that would have been done by the other side to Harper? You really think you're going to take Justin Trudeau out? And then what? You think Andrew Scheer's going to be the prime minister? It'll be Chrystia Freeland, even if that fantasy came true, which it won't. So then you've got Chrystia Freeland as the prime minister. You happier now? So it's not a solution. It's a self-deception. But more than that, it's a license for you to avoid doing the real work of getting rid of Trudeau. And so I'll answer when you say all I do is engage in despair porn. Nah, no, not really. I've helped build a company with a team of rebels that does more political work on Trudeau on any given day than I put it to you, the rest of the media in this country combined, and on some bad days for them and good days for us, more work on Trudeau than the Conservative Party of Canada does. Earlier on, I showed you a clip from our FightTheFines.com campaign. We literally created a kind of public interest law firm and told the world we'll represent you on civil liberties cases. And look, we're starting to win. So I'm not having daydreams about taking out Trudeau with a lawsuit. I'm fighting in 4 provinces against civil liberties bullies. You may have heard I wrote a little book called China Virus, how Justin Trudeau's pro-communist ideology is putting Canadians in danger. Happened to go to #1. So that's what I did during the pandemic. I didn't daydream about some fake legal trick to get Trudeau. I wrote a book. What else are we doing? We're suing Justin Trudeau right now for keeping us out of his daily press scrums. We're suing Justin Trudeau right now for keeping us out of the debate, election debates. That's still ongoing, if you can believe it. Last night on the show, I announced we're taking China to the UN Human Rights Council through a law professor at Manitoba. So instead of sitting around and pretending that there's some fantasy abracadabra spell we can cast, and the very fact that that commenter references some fantasy science fiction, I think that was from Lord of the Rings or something. The very fact that that's your reference tells me you like to live in a fantasy land. And you like to think that maybe there's a spell we can do J.K. Rowling style, Harry Potter style, and get rid of Trudeau. It ain't happening, brother. So you got to put down the fantasy books, and you got to get up and do something. And I'm not feeling defensive. I'm just thinking that's a perfect question to illustrate the difference between wishing and working. And there's a lot of work to do. And I feel great about the work we're doing here. I feel so proud of our team, and we're growing. And we've added Drea Humphrey to our team. And I think as soon as today, we might be hiring some new people as well. So that's what we're doing. And I'm not feeling defensive. I'm just enjoying your perfect softball question right over the strike zone. Boom. And I tell you, and that goes to the other question, how do I avoid burnout? Because I'm loving what we're doing. If it helps you get through the night and you think that Q-Anon or Norman Traversy's long shot legals are what's going to free this country, well, do what it takes to keep your own sanity in this insane world. But for me, I work with friends and allies, and God bless them, thousands of viewers and supporters, to speak truth to power, uncover bad behavior in the public sector, take on public interest cases, not just rhetorically and journalistically, but legally. That's how I do it. Maybe I'm sounding defensive here. I don't feel defensive. I feel celebratory. I feel like we've had a good quarter fighting for freedom. It's been a terrible quarter for the country. I think the Conservative Party of Canada has been absent without leave. Where's the Conservative? I mean, don't tell me it's because all their energy is wrapped up in the lukewarm contest for party leader. Where are the party critics? Where's Andrew Scheer himself? I joke. Fighting for civil liberties, fighting against Antifa, fighting to keep the statues of John A. Macdonald, fighting to stop the extreme cancel culture. I'm sorry, have you seen any of that in the past 120 days? Where's the solidarity for Hong Kong? Have you seen any of that? I've seen a teeny tiny bit of that. I guess what I'm saying is, this is how you do it. This is how we do it. And we are filling a void, but it's such a large void to fill. I invite everyone to join. Do it yourself. If you got a better way, do it yourself. If you don't have a better way, we have a lot of ways you can help. We just got the legal bill for Artur Pawlowski, $2,200. You want to help me pay that? Go to fightthefines.com. I need help to pay that. Our legal bills are about 50 grand a month around here. You want to help me? I could use the help. Or you want to do it your own way? Do it your own way. Or you want to read Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter and come up with a magic spell to get rid of Justin Trudeau? Hey, fill your boots. I'll be back down here on planet Earth. That's an excerpt from a daily live stream show that I do every day at 12 noon Eastern Time. I talk about the stories of the day, play some fun videos, and most importantly, I take your questions and comments in what YouTube calls a super chat. If you like that, please tune in live. It's way more fun that way. You can join the conversation. And every day at 8 p.m., I have a special produced show with a whole monologue, and I interview guests, and I read my fan mail and my hate mail. You can learn more about both my daily live show and the nightly premium show at rebelnews.com.